Let's do it. Do it. Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi and this is my 2-year-old daughter, Nettie, and we wanted to show you how you can incorporate your toddler into your workout practice in just a few really simple ways. So you could do this with a younger kid too. So Nettie is 2. You could do this with a 1-year-old, some of them, not all of them, and I'll give you distinctions between them. Some of them you could do as baby wearing instead. But I just wanted to show you a few ways that, if your kid wants to play and you want to work out or exercise or just move your body, you can incorporate them into your practice fairly seamlessly, and usually they have a good time. Okay? Should we get started? Started. Okay, let's do it. So first thing that we're going to do are some squats. So squats are a really thing. Squats are a really easy thing to add a kid to, and you can do them in 2 different ways. So I'm going to show you both. All right. First way is this. Coming up. Okay, first way is this. So I'm going to grab my kid, lift her up. I'm going to hold her directly in front of me, and I've got to adjust my mic a little bit for that, but that's okay. And we're going to do some squats with her right in front of my body. Okay, so feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Right, I'm going to wrap my arms around her so I've got her good and secure. And then squat down and up. Squat down and up. And we're just going to do a few of these to show you how it's done. You can join in if you want. Squat down and up. And remember, with the squat, you're trying to get your butt back. And then when you come back up, pelvis neutral. So squat down and up. What do you think? What do you think? And if you have a smaller kid, you just want to make sure to have their head supported, particularly if they're still sort of working on holding their head up. Okay, so just a few more for us. Whew. And then I'm going to put her down for just a moment because I can. And one of the other ways that you can incorporate your kid into squats is to keep them on the ground. And I'm going to reach down, tap her feet, hi, and then reach up. Reach down, tap her feet, and reach up. Reach down, tap her feet, and go up. Reach down, tap her feet, and go up. And that helps me get a little bit lower in my squat. It's also unweighted, so like if your kid is bigger, can you tap your feet? Tap. And up. And because it's unweighted, it can give you a break in between sets, because just like when you're working with actual weights, like taking a break in between sets, putting your kid down, is probably going to feel better for your body than like holding them the entire time. And if you can add some play to it too, yeah, there you go. It's a ton of fun. So doing unweighted squats, but using them in front of you as a way to play. Okay, so that's one way to do squats with your kid in your arms, squats, and with your kid on the ground. Okay, now one more way that you could do squats and add a little bit more weight if your child is not too big, or if you're feeling very adventurous, or if your kid is into it. All of this depends really on your kid more than anything. But you can add an overhead press. So if I reach down, grab her, pick her up, and then all the way back down. Pick her up, reach, all the way back down. Up, reach, all the way back down. And I can do a few of these. She's a little over 20 pounds, so it's not more than I'm lifting with weights. The difference with a kid, is that they move. So it's not like lifting a weight over your head, right? One more, up and down. So what I'm doing when I lift her up is I'm not going straight overhead, I'm going up and forward and down, and I've got her the whole time. You put your feet on the ground for me? Whew. Ground. Mommy needs a little break. You're big. Thank you for your help. So I'm not going straight up like I would with a weight. It might be straight up. When I'm doing this, she's a little bit in front of me, and that's just like the proportion of her weight going straight up overhead would be a lot harder with her moving, right? So having her in front of me gives me a little bit more control. It works different muscles, but ultimately still that squat lowering down and up is where it's at. Circles, I know. Okay, come on back. You ready for another one? So another one that I like to do are lunges. And again, there are a few ways to do lunges with kids that can be really beneficial. So I'm going to do forward lunges first. But you can do them a couple different ways. I'm going to do forward lunges with her wrapped around me, just sort of straight, and then we're going to add a little rotation. Okay, so if I'm holding on, can you put your legs around me? Legs. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to step forward and back. Step forward, keeping my weight back, because if I lean forward, right, that's going to be a lot harder holding her anyway. And back. Woo. Step forward and back. Step forward, push off, and back. I'm going to do one more on each side, and then I'm going to show with a rotation, okay? So now I'm going to take this super adorable 2-year-old, and I'm going to add a little bit of rotation. Now I can keep her really close to me, or I can like hold her underneath the armpits. Personally, I like to keep her close to me because it just gives me a little more control. So it's not as intense of a rotation, but it's more solid for both of us. So I'm going to step forward with my right foot and rotate to the right, push off, step back. Step forward to the left, rotate, okay? Push off, step back. Step forward to the right, rotate, and back. Step forward to the left, rotate, and back, okay? You got me? You hold on up there? Yeah. Let's do 2 more, okay? And you just notice too, like this is a lot. It's a lot. I'm sweating. Okay, can we do 2 more? Am I getting sweaty? Okay. Are you getting sweaty? Okay, 2 more. Step forward to the right. Rotate. Step back. I know. Step forward to the left. Rotate. And step back. Thanks. Can I put you down for a sec?
Yeah.
Oh, because that's a lot of work for my biceps too. Oh my goodness. So much work. Okay. So now that we're on the ground, actually, I want to show you something that you can do with slightly older kids, like this one. So when they're like 2 or 2.5 and 3, and they can climb on your back, there are some really fun things that you can do when your kid is holding onto your back, including lunges. I like doing step back lunges with my kid on my back, but I want to show you some bear crawls and some knee tucks, okay? You want to come onto my back? You want to climb on mommy? Can you climb on mommy? Climb. Climb. Yep. And then I get to help her. Whee! Oh, gotcha. Okay, can you hold her on my neck? Put your arms around mommy's neck. There you go. Good job. Okay, so she's mostly there. And I wouldn't do this with a much younger kid because like she can, you know, do what I ask her to do at 2 years old when she really couldn't at 18 months. Like this might not have been possible at 18 months. You know your own kid, but also just sort of be wise about it if you're going to put your child on your back and not be holding onto them. So this could also be one that you could do while baby wearing if your child is smaller, okay? So from here, I'm going to lift my knees up and I'm going to walk forward carefully. Bear crawls, okay? And then we're going to walk back. And having her on my back increases the load for sure. But it also helps to keep me a little bit more honest in my core. So I'm just going forward and back. And again, you can join in with this or you can watch this video for informational purposes if you don't have your kid with you. You could do all of this stuff with weights as well. So on those days when, you know, you don't have an available child. Okay, so we're just going back. Oh yeah, I am dripping sweat at this point. Okay, now I'm going to come back to center. And again, you could do that as many times as you want. Can you stay? Can you stay for one more? Stay? Okay, stay. Because we're going to do, I know, sweaty. Mommy's getting sweaty. So we're going to do some knee tucks. So, again, sweaty. So your kid keeps you honest with things like, you know, when you're working on your hands and knees, because you can't collapse down as much. You've got to stay lifted. So if I lift my right arm and left leg, I'm going to tuck in and re-extend. Tuck in, re-extend. Tuck in, re-extend. Tuck in, re-extend. And then I'll go to the other side. How are you doing, buddy? Yeah, other side. So it'd be right leg up, left arm forward, tuck in, and re-extend. Tuck in, re-extend. Tuck in, forward, tuck in, and re-extend. And again, forward. Oh, yeah? So you could do that as many times as you like. I just did 5 on each side. Again, in the service of side, yeah. In the service of, just making it a little bit more brief. Yeah? You ready to get down? Yeah. You want to get down? Yeah. All right. Can we do one more fun one? All right, so come here. So I'm going to lie on my back. Oh, you get to do this on my knees. This is one of my very favorites. I did this with Nettie when she was a baby. So stand right here. Stand up, stand up. I did this when she was a baby. We've been doing it ever since. Come on to my knees. Whee! And it's like flying. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of load here. And I can lift myself up and she's flying. Maybe come forward and then lower back down. And I can extend forward. Hey, Nettie, can I see you? Hey, hi, hi, hi. And then lower down. So if I kick forward a little bit and pull my chest up, hi, 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 and lower down, we just get to play a little bit. Whee! And lower down. You can do one more like this. Kick up, woo, and lower down. This is fun for your abs. And then pause. Can you sit? Can you sit? Yep, just like that. Yeah. Whoa! And just sort of like at this point, sometimes it's like, well, when you get a break, they get to play, right? So right now she's just playing. Are you having fun? A little bit? Yeah. Oh. And I'm going to put my feet down. Uh-huh. And you slide down. So she's sitting on my hips. And I'm just going to do a few hip lifts here, right? I'm going to lift. Whee! Uh-huh. Lift. So I'm just doing some back body work here. Hips go up, and it's weighted, and down. Hips go up, and down. And I'll just do 2 more. Hips up, and down. And again, this is one that you would do like if your child can sit easily because you're not holding on to them. One more. We do high five? High five. Yeah. And down. And then I come up to sit. Yeah. How are you doing? Nettie. How are you doing? Dooning. Oh. Dooning. I know. I love you. Hey, Nettie, can you lie on your back? Yeah. So one fun one while you're on the floor if you're working on push-ups. One fun one that I like to do. This way. Lie on your back like this. On your back. There you go. One fun one that I like to do when I'm doing push-ups, whether you're doing them on your knees or with your knees lifted, is to lower down. And they're just like mini push-ups, right? So I'm giving forehead kisses. Mini. So it's another way that you can add your kiddo. And then sometimes they just like to play. So you're like, cool, I'm just going to hold plank pose. Just going to hold plank like forever so that I don't fall down in them. Fall down. Can you do ribbit right now? Ribbit. And you'll notice, because right now we're getting close to that 15-minute mark, my toddler's like almost done, right? She's kind of had it. So one of the things that I like to do at this point is to, if she's been like playing on her own, on your back, or are we going to do push-ups one more time? Push-ups. She's like, I don't know, maybe. How about this? Can we do something together? So we can do step ups into lunges, and then we're going to finish up with hip hinges, okay? So can I hold on to you? So how it works is this, right? I can either hold her close to my body, like I did before, or I can hold her further away. I'm going to hold her closer in because I think that's just a little bit safer and more grounded. And I'm going to lift my hips, so my knees are bent, something on my heels, lift my hips, step my right foot up, then come up to stand, step my right leg back, come back to kneeling, left knee in, and sit back. Then hips up, left foot forward, step your right leg up, step left leg back, right knee back, hips down. And you just repeat that. Hips up, step, right leg up, left foot up, right leg back, left knee back. Can we do one more? Hips down and then hips up, step left foot forward, right leg up. I know, I see you. Left leg back, right leg back, hips down. Okay, and you can repeat that as many times as your kid will let you. Now the last thing that I'm going to do, because she really loves this, so I'm going to end with something she likes, are hip hinges. Okay, so again, holding her nice and close. No, don't touch the mic. Don't touch the mic, okay? Because it'll make weird sounds if you do. You can't hear them, but everybody else can. Okay, can you be here? Close, close. So we're going to do hip hinges. So I'm going to lean forward, knees bent slightly, and back up. Lower down, and back up. So I'm supporting her head even though she's 2, because otherwise, right, she could lean back and it doesn't feel as good. So I'm holding on, hinge at the hips, and back up. Hinge at the hips, and back up. Just 2 more. Hinge at the hips, and back up. Hinge at the hips, and back up. One more, because we love it so much. Hinge at the hips, and back up. And that's it. That kind of sums up a few ways. Can you sit with me now? Take a little rest. Just gonna sit. Rest. Do you want to stretch? Can you show everybody how you can stretch? Stretch. Stretch. I know, she's excellent at stretching. So hopefully that just gives you a few ideas for how you can incorporate your kid into your practice. So we did squats with hand taps on the feet. Taps. We did those overhead presses in the squats, which you could also do in lunges, which you could also do, which you could also do in your hip hinges. So you could add those overhead presses, pretty much anywhere. You could add them in those step-up lunges. So you step up, push up, pull down, step back. But we did all kinds of cool things. We did some stuff on our backs with core work. We did bear crawls with your kid on your back and plank, chaturanga, and some push-ups with your kid underneath you. So lots of really cool ways to incorporate your kiddo into your practice so that you can add a little bit more load, and also so that you can get them involved and show them that working out and moving your body can actually be a ton of fun. Yeah, good job. Time for us both to rest. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for hanging out with me and Nettie, and I'll see you back here again really soon. And if you do happen to try any of these out, please let me know. You can tag me on Instagram at Conscious Healthy Mama and just show me all of the cool things that you are doing with your toddler, because I know that you are going to do lots of cool things. So have fun working out with your kiddos. See you here again soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.